All right, folks, this is it. Day 31 of 31 Days of Horror slash 31 Days of Halloween. We're done for 2016. It's it, our final entry. And of course, you got to go out on as high a note as possible. And the last couple of days, been looking at some fairly modern genre offerings, which have not necessarily been very good movies. But today, we actually have a film that came out earlier this year, and it actually is really, really good. From the same guy who brought you Drive, Only God Forgives, and of course, the infamous Bronson from 2009. It is Nicholas Refn Winding, however you pronounce his names, the Neon Demon. This movie is tremendous. I absolutely love this one. It's a really, really great postmodern horror film. Yes, three posts in there. It deserves all of them. What I like about this movie is it kind of shows you not only like where the genre is headed, but I think also in a lot of ways where filmmaking as a whole may be headed. Beginning with the fact where this is a movie where, as I'm watching it, I realized I don't think this film was actually made with like a mainstream theater in mind. To me, it seems almost like the director and the filmmakers went in there and said, let's make a movie that looks really, really awesome and sounds incredible when you're listening to it on your headphones on a laptop or an iPad or whatever. And I know that sounds kind of weird to think that you'd have something that very specific towards a tertiary technology when you're making a movie. But just watching the film the first time, I watched it on the laptop, had the headphones on, it was in high definition, and I just realized there's no way I could have got the same experience from theatrical movie going opportunity. It just wouldn't have happened because there's so much stuff going on in the soundtrack, so many things are kind of going underneath the soundtrack, and just catching the visuals, when you're staring at on a large screen and it's literally like 5 inches away from your face, and you have all the strobe effects going on, and you have the lighting, and you have the audio visual dynamic going on. When you have that happening, it's a totally different experience than when you're in, a theater watching people you don't know. It's a little bit more intimate. It's a little bit more, I'm not gonna say intellectual. I'm trying to think what's the word I'm looking for. It's certainly more personalized. It feels more of a head trip. I think most horror films in the past have been about social experiences. Obviously, now in a technocratic stage, so now horror films are kind of drifting away from being something you experience with the people to being something a little bit more insular. So I think a Demon, almost called a Neon Demon in reference to the Falcons player Deion Sanders. But you just look at this film as it is, and watching it, on your own home media, it becomes evident, what the director's trying to do. It's just as much a commentary, I think, on the technology and consumer applications shaping the movie-going experience as it is, the film itself. But we don't need to get into that. We just care about the plot. Plot's great. This movie is basically like a combination of Suspiria, The Black Swan, and Necromantic. And when I say necromantic, you're kind of saying, okay, well, how does that factor in the movie? Well, obviously, you have the Technicolor from Dario Argento. You've got sort of the psychological thriller, model thing going on, sort of borrowed from Black Swan. And as far as Necromantic, well, I just said this movie has one of the great high points. Certainly the highest horror high point for 2016 for sure. And it's a scene where Jenna Malone is in a morgue and she's working on a dead body, and just for no reason whatsoever, she decides, you know what? I think I'm just going to hock a loogie in its mouth and start making out with it. It is definitely like the high watermark for gross in 2016. You need to see this. It's uh, it's something. It's great conversation fodder at lunch. Go to the water cooler and talk about it. But yeah, general plot, very simple. You got Dakota Fanning's younger sister. She plays like a 16-year-old who goes to LA, and she's living in a scummy motel run by Keanu Reeves in one of his most un-Keanu Reeves-like performances in a long time. He usually plays the same character over and over again. At least this time he's playing something different. So she wants to be a model, and she's doing like these really, really like low-budget gigs where like she's been covered in fake blood, and there's a bunch of photographers who are trying to hit on her because they're probably child molesters. And she slowly rises her way up the modeling agency. Christina Hendricks plays like I don't know, what does she play? She plays like a director or like a talent agent, and slowly but surely, Ella Fanning is making her way through the big circles of modeling. She becomes like a huge star, well, at least a medium-sized star anyway, like overnight, and all the other models are jealous. And the film kind of plays it a little iffy. It never comes out and tells us exactly what the secret is for Elle's success, but there's something that's bewitching about her. like she's got some sort of supernatural thing going on. You know, windows are breaking. She has like almost like sort of like a hypnotic appeal over the other models. For some reason, there's like a tiger running around breaking into hotels. You know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but man, the visuals are great, and there are some terrific, terrific, you know, highbrow dress-up moments in this one. There's the morgue scene. There's a scene later on where like they're doing like a photo shoot at the beach, and I'm not gonna give away too much, but let's say an eyeball plays prominently in what goes on, and it just comes out as just terrific. It's a really, really fun movie. Doesn't make a lick of sense. It's certainly in the whole phantasm, you know, mode of storytelling, where you just kind of go in there, don't think about what's going on, just enjoy the crazy, creepy ride for what it is. It is a fantastic, fantastic little movie. Great cinematography, great soundtrack, great acting, great gore effects. Uh, Everybody looks great. Pretty decent acting. Very, very good plot. Drags along. Never really hits the doldrums. I loved it. I give it 3.5 Ghost Whisperer Cups out of 4. The best horror film I've seen in 2016 by a huge, huge margin. And if there's a better one out there, well, I'll see it eventually. All right, well, there you go. 31 days of horror, 31 days of Halloween slash whatever you want to call it. We're done. It's over. It's officially Halloween, and Halloween's a great season for me. My favorite time of the year. It's my anniversary. I'm going out. I'm going to get some candy after this and watch Halloween with my girl. It's going to be great. And just to wrap it up, what do you think? Do you want to see more 31 days of Halloween slash 31 days of horror? What do you want to do next year? Do you want to get interactive? Do you want to participate with me? What kind of movies do you want to do? What movies do you not want to do? Should I do something in between? Should there be other holiday countdowns you want me to embark upon? Just let me know. Give me some guidance here. Steer me in the right direction. And we'll get there as a team. Because that's what we do in the modern era. Probably. All right. Happy Halloween. Enjoy it. See you around.